Hello, friends, and welcome. My name is Rhea. I'm an intuitive channel and an energy healer. I just thought I would try doing videos a little bit differently today on my computer. And it's very impromptu. I woke up not too long ago, so if I am a bit sleepy and disheveled, that's why. And perhaps I do videos in the morning because that's when my inhibitions haven't fully kicked in, and I'm going to accept and work with the imperfection of all of it. So I am coming on to offer a little bit of a healing, a little bit of a clearing, a little bit of a light language activation, a little bit of a channeled message. Today, right now, as I'm recording, is December 21st, the solstice, where we are welcoming the return of the light. And with that, I love to welcome the return of the light of Christ. And that is not Christ the person, that is Christ the exalted self, the eternal self, the spark of the divine present within each and every one of us. So if you'd like to join me, we're just going to settle in here and get comfortable. I might have a sip of my coffee here and invite each of you to, get comfortable. Get in a comfortable position. Ensure that your arms and legs aren't crossed, though, so you're open and receptive to this energy, to this transmission. I'm going to be working with my pendulum, but I'm not going to hold my arm up as that's not going to be comfortable. So I'm just going to show you what I'm working with here, what I'm doing out of the line of sight. And that just helps to hold my focused awareness. Do I have permission and ability to do this healing work today, this clearing work? Yes. Any reason I shouldn't? No. Okay. Here we go. So I'm welcoming each of you into the space and welcoming each of you to take a long, slow, deep breath in. Landing fully and completely in your body. Giving yourself the time, space, and grace to come into receptivity and allowance of healing energy, which brings solution energy, which brings presence, which brings respite and rejuvenation, which brings a return of the soul self into the present moment. And just by doing such brings healing energy. Connecting heart to the heart of Gaia. Sending her thanks, sending her love, sending her nurturance, and receiving her grounded nurturance in return, which contains the instructions on how we can all live on Earth in harmony with all beings, in harmony with all fellow Earthlings, in harmony with each other, and in harmony with her. Spiraling up this big, beautiful infinite loop, restoring, rejuvenating, rebalancing, harmonizing, grounding, bringing full presence, bringing in awareness. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And we're going to form a second spiral, the top of the infinity loop, the figure 8, the Mobius strip, connecting heart to heart now with the heart of Source, with galactic center. Connecting with the eye of God, the divine vision for humanity, for ourselves, the divine human template. Pulsing from the one heart of prime creation, from the super galactic black hole from which our universe was birthed, streaming to and through all stellar and planetary energies, corresponding to aspects of our own consciousness, as within, so without, bringing in harmonized, balanced energies of the planetary astrological influences, streaming energy through our sun Helios, balancing the solar plasmic flares and light. There we go. Balancing all elemental forces, balancing radiance, solar radiance, with our own soul radiance, with the earth starlight of Gaia. This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful loop, with the fulcrum point being the center of our hearts, simultaneously bringing in everything that is needed, life-sustaining, supportive, rejuvenating, harmonizing, balancing, affirming, and validating, while also releasing anything that is no longer beneficial, anything that no longer serves, anything that is outmoded or has worn out its usefulness, or anything that doesn't belong to us. And as we release it, it is transmuted, transformed, cleansed through the light of Source, and returned to the true belonger, the true person who owns such. There we go. From here, we can call back our power, call back our presence, call back our energy from anywhere it may have been dissipated, discharged, or removed without getting into details. Having it cleansed, calling back our power, calling back our power, calling back our power, anchoring it, welcoming it, grounding it, accepting it, receiving the blessing of it, calling in aspects of self. In all time and space, all place and space, all dimensions, all lifetimes and timelines, calling it in to harmonize, to align, to become collaborative in our singular efforts to shift our lives, our lifetimes, our timelines, our planetary, collective co-creation into the most benevolent outcome available to all of us. There we go. Orukoyo satsarataye kiamanaye satsaratakaye satsa korotoyo satsaratakaye kard erut orut komaye satsorotokoya satsa kimya satsaratataye kimya satsarataka. And as we do such, we may realize that there are forces at play that are lacking in creativity, that often use inversion magics in order to hijack, to hoodwink, to take control of our creative forces in order to bring about timelines that are not beneficial to us as a humanity, that are not beneficial to us as a collective, that are not beneficial to us as a planetary consciousness. So we withdraw our consent, we withdraw our involvement, we withdraw our life force, we withdraw our creativity and our vitality from energizing such. We call back that power. Yes. Karamano yosa saye kiama kurd arotoko yosa saye kiamara takaratoko yosatsa. Dragons are coming to assist with this. Omana yosatsa yokoto. Kirato yosatsa yatata. Karamano yosatsa yoko. Karamana yasatsa yokoto. That which has once been in motion no longer stands and is corrected by universal laws, is corrected by righteousness, is corrected by true divinity reclaiming itself on all levels and all layers, is corrected by the light of Christ, the eternal self, coming online, being pulsed through every single person who is a portal, who is a stargate for this energy that in itself transforms on all levels of beingness. It's just simply with present awareness alone. Chanara Tonaya Snaye Tanaya Snaya Snaye Tanaya Snaya Snaye Tananayo Tananayo Tananaya 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 oh 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 we are the Future Human Collective and are coming forward to celebrate with you your acclamation to this most benevolent timeline, to the best possible future, to the correspondences of embodying your truest, most authentic, most eternal Christ itself, and how that changes all things. And it is with simplicity, it is with allowance, as this is your birthright. It doesn't require doing this, it doesn't require efforting, it doesn't require exertion. All it does is require your willingness to come into your true form, to come into your true self, to be the most authentic version of yourself, however that looks, which might not fit into however your mind may conceive it, as conceptions are generally lacking in terms of multidimensional awarenesses. So by being present within your heart, by conjoining with all of life through this space, all things are made new. You were made new, and we are made available. Our timeline is made available. Our timeline is one where we become planetary stewards, yes, where we caretake all life, yes, where we operate from the most highest point of compassion. And that is the change agent which restores all life. It is not condemnation. It is not worrying or fretting or rumination. It is not having to exert or becoming hopeless in the exhaustive searching or thinking or trying to problem solve what cannot be problem solved from the level of consciousness in which created that outcome. So to rise above it would be to drop down into full presence, would be to come to the landing pad of your heart space with your feet fully rooted on Mama Gaia, as her efforts and your efforts are collaborative efforts that want the same results, that are seeking for the same healing, that are seeking for the same redemption, the same resolution, the same absolution, as everything is brought back into peak awareness. And with that awareness comes the changes, as these are revelatory times, as has been prophesied in what could be called Revelations and many other ancient sacred texts. And part of these are prophesied by those that coded into your reality the doom and gloom aspects of how to future hijack this now moment so that you would feel that since it is written that it cannot be undone. And we're here to tell you otherwise. These chaotic times are fertile ground to plant the seeds of your new creation, to water them with the unconditional love and presence of your awareness, and not allow your presence to be hijacked by zombie stories that try to hook you through fear, through scarcity, through lack, limitation, and separation, that would bring you towards participating and thereby co-creating that outcome. We withdraw that. We receive our energy from that, yes. And we, as the future versions of yourselves, as your descendants, we give you many blessings. As indeed the work that you are doing in this now brings forward our light, our lives, and makes the changes that you created able to be sustained by us as we are more fully on the same path of awakening. We are more fully on the path of aliveness. We are more fully on the path of coming into right relationship with all of life, as those were the seeds that you planted. And that is the garden that we get to grow. That is the shade of the giant tree that we get to enjoy. Know that what you start in your lifetime becomes a continuation for future humanity, to get to become our true selves, to get to realize with the awareness that comes in full presence that all the ways in which we were told, we were programmed, we were conditioned into believing the limited self are not the truth of who we are. And part of why we are so appealing to external forces that wish to hijack our light, our co-creative capacities, is because they lack that capacity to create. And without our creative capacities, they are unable to create. Unable to. So withdraw your power, your energy from the zombie storylines, from the negative timelines, from the doom and gloom and boom and fume. Realize all that is boring. You've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt for all the different ways in which lack and limitation and separation can be expressed through duality, and have learned from the contrast of such, because contrast gives us fuller awareness, fuller knowing, fuller appreciation of that of which we truly are. So now that you know what you're truly not, you can welcome the truth of who you are. Now that you know what love isn't, now you can embrace the true love. Now that you know where your power lies, we invite you to join us there. And know that us and many, 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 many others across all dimensions and densities are here to support you. You are loved beyond measure. You are held in the highest light and the highest esteem. You are celebrated. You are blessed and refreshed with the viable life force available to you within each and every now moment. And that's why it's powerful for your presence to be here now. Thank you for spending this time with us, and we are complete. We will return to this personality. Well, that took a life of its own. I'm looking at the clock here. I'm not sure how that was. So we're just going to bring this to a close. Um, Thank you for joining me. I hope this video quality is okay and maybe better than the shaky handheld phone stuff that I've been doing. Bringing in streams of grace to assist with the integration, with the embodiment of this. Loving and infusing relaxation into our nervous system, to allow for this to be held, allow for this to be anchored, allow for this to be useful and beneficial, allow for this to bring hope. We're in this together, friends. No matter what the outside world will barrage us with, the light at the end of the tunnel is here, and it is way more palpable than it's ever been. And as we focus on that and allow that to be our lifeline and our focus, because where our attention goes, energy flows, that It's what we breathe life into. That is a storyline that we bring forward. That is what we consent to. The highest benevolence, the highest truth, and the highest light, and the highest love. Thank you.